Today, we're diving into something pretty fascinating. It's all about the connection between our minds and artificial intelligence, and how AI can help us literally see our future goals. This is especially life-changing for people who can't visualize things in their head at all. So let me ask you something. When you think about a goal you have, maybe it's a vacation or a big project at work, can you actually picture it? Can you see the details in your mind's eye? For a lot of us, that mental picture is absolutely key to planning. But what happens when that mind's eye is blind? And that brings us to this really interesting challenge called aphantasia. It's a condition that affects millions of people and changes how they envision, well, pretty much everything in the future. So, what exactly is aphantasia? Simply put, it's the inability to create voluntary mental images. Now, it's not a disorder, it's just a different way of experiencing the world. People with aphantasia think, they remember, they imagine. They just don't see pictures in their head when they do it. This chart really nails the difference. On one side, someone might think beach vacation, and they can almost feel the sun and see the waves, right? But a person with aphantasia experiences that same idea as a list of facts. It's warm, it's sunny, it's near an ocean. Same thing for a project. It's a list of steps and parts, not a mental blueprint of the finished product. And you can probably guess the consequence of this. If you can't mentally see what you're working towards, it can be way harder to plan for it. It's tough to stay motivated or to spot potential problems and opportunities down the line. The goal just feels kind of abstract and far away. But what if technology could offer a way around this? Well, that's where a really groundbreaking idea comes into play. It's called prosthetic future thinking. The solution is so simple, but it's totally revolutionary. What if you could use AI as a kind of digital imagination? You're essentially outsourcing that whole visualization process, taking it from inside your head and putting it onto an external screen. And that name is just perfect, isn't it? Prosthetic future thinking. I mean, think about that for a second. Just like a physical prosthetic helps a limb, this is a cognitive prosthetic, built to assist one of the mind's most fundamental jobs. And this is where modern tech makes it all possible. We can use generative AI, the stuff that powers tools like Midjourney or DALL-E, as a direct extension of our own minds. This lets someone with aphantasia finally translate their abstract concept of a goal into a concrete picture they can actually see and analyze. Okay, so how does this actually work? How do you turn a fuzzy idea into something you can really look at and learn from? Well, the process is surprisingly simple. First, you just define your goal using words, which is how someone with aphantasia already thinks about it. Second, you translate that text into a detailed prompt for an AI image generator. And third, you analyze what the AI comes up with. You study that visual to find new insights and details you might have missed. And this case study shows it perfectly. Let's say your goal is to open a small bookstore. You feed a detailed prompt into the AI. When the image comes back, you might suddenly notice things that your text-only plan never captured. Maybe the AI's version of cozy includes specific armchairs or warm-toned lamps. All of a sudden, you're not just thinking about a bookstore, you're seeing a version of it. And that can spark all kinds of new ideas you wouldn't have had otherwise. So the benefits here are just massive. Yeah, it overcomes the visualization barrier, but it does so much more. It actually helps you make more informed decisions. By looking at a real image, you can spot potential problems, like, that aisle looks a little too narrow, or discover new opportunities you hadn't even thought of. It makes your abstract goal totally tangible. So what does this all mean for the future? Well, this idea is way bigger than just a tool for one specific group of people. The big takeaway here is this. AI can be a powerful prosthetic for the human mind. The goal isn't to replace how we think, but to augment. This is a tool that can help bridge the gaps in our own cognitive toolkit, literally extending our abilities in ways we're just now starting to understand. I mean, think what this could mean for creativity, for innovation, even for therapy. And this leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. If AI can act as a prosthetic for our imagination, what other cognitive functions could it enhance? Memory, creativity, problem solving? The possibilities are just endless.